Wanna make love on the move.
Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to AK Monday Skin Tips. Pardon my voice. I've been down with some cold for the past 1 week. I don't know if it's COVID, but I'm not sure. Please don't tag me with COVID. It's not COVID. Okay, so I've been down with cold and I can't really um the sound of my voice is not coming out well, and I don't know if we should do. Okay, so like I said last week, we're going to talk about purging of the skin. So what is purging? When you look up in the dictionary, purging, the definition of purging is emptying, the act of clearing, emptying, or purifying. Okay, the second meaning in the dictionary is um removing or expelling people who are disloyal or otherwise unwanted or harmful, toxins, enemies. So purging. So let's bring this in the skincare sense, and I'm going to explain this in the layman understanding, to the layman understanding. I mean, very simple, in a simple language that everyone can understand. The reason why I keep looking down was I made some notes. This time I want to go very professional because I realized that after each video, I realized that there were so many things that I had wanted to say that I couldn't even say them, that I couldn't even bring out my points well. So this time around I made a note. I made a note on the whole skin tip that I want to talk about, to be able to bring out the points and explain myself very well. So forgive me if you find me looking down to my notes. So, the term purging in skincare refers to a reaction to an active ingredient that accelerates skin cell turnover quickly. So, when your skin cell turnover starts to speed up, your skin starts to shed dead skin cells quickly or faster than normal. So let me break it down to a simple understanding. So whenever you use an active ingredient, usually when someone starts a new skincare routine, you start to see some eruption of acid rashes on your face. You see some small tiny pimples. Sometimes they come in the form of white heads or black heads, or like dark spots, tiny all over your face, or usually the places you usually break out. um Maybe if you usually break out in this part of your face, or this part of your face, or this part of your face, anytime you use an active ingredient, you see that there may be some small tiny pimples. um Purging may come in different forms, but usually the ones that usually come are very tiny, very small. They come in tiny rashes, pimples, or they feel like sandpaper when sometimes they are not even visible. Sometimes when you feel your hands on them, you feel that your face is like some gravel spread on your face or some. When some customers see this kind of reaction, which is purging, they think that they are breaking out, but there is a huge difference between breaking out and purging. Purging normally occurs in the places you usually break out. If your breakout always comes around your jawline, that is where you are going to purge when you are using an active ingredient. If your breakout comes around your cheeks or your forehead, that is where the purging is going to occur. So the difference between a breakout and a purge is breakout normally erupts in new places. Maybe you usually don't break out in on your forehead, but this time around, using any not an ingredient or a product that doesn't even contain an active ingredient, then you start to see pimples in a new place that you don't break out. Nobody breaks out around the eye, but if you see some pimples around your eye, that means you're breaking out, or you are reacting badly to an ingredient. So the difference between a purging and a breakout is when your pimples erupt in new places that you don't normally breakout, and purging erupts where you usually break out. So that is the difference between purging and breakout. So purging occurs because before a fresher skin surfaces, all the bad all the bad stuff that is under your skin needs to rise up to the top first. For example, excess sebum, maybe pimples that they were going to come up in 1 month or 2 months, they all come up at once. That is what, even that is to tell you that the ingredient or the product you are using is very good. I'm really having a bad time with my lights, so kindly bear with me because it keeps going off and on. So the moment you see such things, it's a good thing, trust me. It's sometimes it's very annoying to see all those rashes on your face, but it's worth it, trust me, it's worth it. So right now, let's take a look at some of the ingredients or some of the things that causes skin purging. So skin purging are usually caused or triggered by active ingredients, and some of the most common ingredients are the retinoids, vitamin C, the AHAs, the BHAs. When we talk about the AHA, the alpha hydroxy acids, the beta hydroxy acid, which includes the glycolic, the family of the glycolic, lactic, malic, salicylic acid, all the acids you can think of. These are some of the ingredients, the active ingredients that causes skin purging. What do I mean by saying this? Sometimes when you use vitamin C, not everyone is triggered by this ingredient. But for instance, me, when I use a vitamin C, my skin is going to purge badly because I have a very sensitive skin, which whenever I introduce a new skincare routine, I need to go slow on it. If not, my skin is going to purge. But if you're using a product with any of these active ingredients in them, there is every tendency that your skin is going to purge. You just have to know this before you go and hassle your skincare seller that they gave you a bad product that is breaking you out. I know how customers can be. The moment they are purging or they see some rashes on their face, they feel like, oh, someone did give them a wrong product. No, this is something good for your skin. So someone will ask, is purging a good thing? Yes, it's worth every wait. In as much as it may be very annoying seeing all the uneven skin, the pimples, the rashes, and especially when people are asking, what happened to your face? What did you use? Try this, use that, do this, do this. You know, it gets you more and more frustrated. But trust me, it's only a phase. One good thing about purging is that all the pimples that appears will eventually disappear in a short time. It's worth the wait. Just take your time and calm down. All those pimples will disappear and it will reveal, your face will reveal a fresher skin. So someone will ask, how long does purging take? Please forgive me with my voice. I'm really suffering. My nose is stuffy. Like forgive me. So someone will ask, how long? So someone will also have a question like, how long does purging last? So according to dermatologists, a purge should last 4 to 8 weeks. 4 to 8 weeks, but this may differ from person to person. So if your purge lasts more than 8 weeks, you need to consult your dermatologist or your skincare expert. Maybe it's possible that the dosage or the frequency of application needs to be adjusted, or how the mode of application or how you do it needs to be adjusted. Another question that may pop up is that what do I do when I'm purging? So my advice is that when you are using an active ingredient or when you are introducing an active ingredient, it's always best to go in with a soothing or a gentle or a mild skincare routine. For instance, if you are using an active serum, let's say a retinoid serum or a vitamin C serum, it's always best to use a mild or a soothing cleanser and a mild or a soothing moisturizer. So if you're using a vitamin C serum or a retinoid serum, it's best to use a moisturizing face wash. So your first skincare routine, which is the cleanser, the face wash should be very mild. Don't use another active. If you use too many active, then you are going to irritate your skin. So some of your skincare routine or your skincare regimen needs to be very mild and gentle when you are using one or two active ingredients. The next advice is that if how to avoid purging. Okay, you can always avoid purging. That is, if you're considering introducing an active ingredient in your skincare regimen, what you have to do is that you have to introduce them gradually. For instance, what do I mean when I say you have to introduce them gradually? For instance, if you're introducing retinoid or AHA or BHA, alpha hydroxy or beta hydroxy base ingredient, what you have to do is in the first week, sorry for my nose is so stuffy that you can't even hear my voice. In your first week, if you're introducing a retinoid serum or a retinoid toner or something, in your first week, what you have to do is you use only once or twice in a week. Then in the following week, for 2 weeks, you introduce once a week for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Then in the next step, you introduce 2 times in a week. In the next step, you introduce 3 times in the week before you start to use every other day. Dermatologist advice or esthetician advice that you do not use your active ingredients, especially retinoids or the BHAs or the exfoliants. You don't use them every day. That is the advice. But if it's okay for you, if it suits your skin that you use your exfoliants every day, perfect for you, you can do it. But the advice is that you do not use your exfoliants every day. You can use them every other day or once in a week or twice in a week. I don't know if I was able to explain myself perfectly. So if you do not, I would like to take it again. If you do not want to go through the whole purging process, what you have to do is that when introducing an active ingredient, you need to introduce them gradually in your skincare regimen. So in your first week, if you are introducing retinoid, in your first week, you use once a week for 3 weeks. Once a week. So this week you use once. The next week you use once. The following week you use one for 3 weeks. Then in the following week you use twice in a week. Then the coming week you use 3 times in a week for your skin to be more tolerant to the ingredient, to the base ingredient. Then you can use it every other day. It is not advisable to use the exfoliant every day, but if your skin can tolerate using an exfoliant every day, perfect for you. I hope I'm very clear now. Sometimes my explanation is okay. So in a wrap up, I would like to say this: in as much as this can be very, very, very annoying, the pesky purging will all be worth it once your skin has adjusted to its new routine. Just have patience, go through it, and you will love your skin afterwards. All the debris, all the bad stuffs under your skin is going to come to the surface and clear it. Like they always say, it gets worse before it gets better. So stick to your skincare routine for a fresher, younger looking skin. So if any of you have experienced purging, you can kindly comment below. Tell us your terrible experience, how you came through it, how everything happened for you, what you did to solve did you stop your skincare routine or did you go through it? Please comment down below and tell us what you want us to talk about in our next video. Thank you. Stay glued to AK Cosmetica. I have told you we are the ish in this country. Bye bye.